Hey, what is up guys? I'm Mara and today I'm bringing you an unboxing and review of this thing. This is a component kit for Xbox One Elite controller, so pretty much you just have to have this Elite controller, not the regular one, in order to actually be able to use those things, because basically this Elite controller has those paddles and analogs and all other things that you can just take off and switch. So that doesn't work with a regular controller or any other one, as far as I know. By the way guys, normally the price of this is $50, and in my opinion it's really not worth it. Like $50 is way too steep just for a component kit, because for $50 you can get pretty much a new controller, not the Elite one but the regular one, and a controller against a component kit which is just pretty much few analogs and D-pads and paddles. Totally not worth it. If it was like $25 or something like that, okay, it would be okay price, but in my opinion it's really not worth it. But personally I got it pretty much for free. It wasn't even like $10, so I really had to grab it, especially because it is the Gears of War edition. I know there also was Halo edition, with blue sticker, like blue kind of like analogs and those paddles and D-pads, but to be honest, I didn't really like the blue, but I love this red here. I really love it, and I also like Gears of War, but Halo is the real bay. But anyway, this is the box that you normally see. This is how it looks like, and the back side, just the pretty much a regular thing, but here really nothing out of ordinary. But anyway, just unbox this quick. By the way, it is a little bit used as far as I know, but it really looks like completely new thing. So I think the guy someone like before me, they just pretty much just bought it and never used it. I don't know, but this is at least how it looks like. But this is pretty much what you see, and yeah, I'll try to show you the best I can, but I don't want to kind of like tilt it too much because I know it will fall off. So yeah, but anyway, this is how it looks like, and boy, it is so pretty. Especially, I love those analogs. I'll try to show you. I hope you'll be able to see it. Come on, man. I know, maybe you can see, but the analog has a tiny Gears of War logo on there. It's so cool in my opinion. But anyway, I'll try to show you everything in detail in a second. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at all those parts and kind of like maybe compare them with the regular parts of the Xbox One Elite controller. So I know we can take this part as first. Personally I don't like this D-pad, but just for comparison, this is how the regular part looks, the standard one that you get in the set when you buy the Elite controller, and this is the new one. And by the way, I really love this metallic red. It's so bloody, but you can see the Gears of War logo, those the Lancer and the grenade, all those kind of like weapons that you get on a D-pad, because you can choose them from there. Other than that, it's really kind of like the very, very regular part, nothing different than from the normal one. But anyway, this is the D-pad that I like, that I will totally use. Come on, man. Thank you. But just for comparison, this is the standard one, and I think you can immediately see the difference. It has kind of like those tiny details here. I'm not sure what they are for, if they are kind of like they will help you when playing, or it's just pure cosmetics. I don't know. But again, Gears of War logo, and damn, I have to say again that I really love this red. But anyway, let's go for the analogs, and just to compare the height, it's really no different. Come on, camera, thank you. You can see it's really totally the same thing, but what's different here is the texture. If you look closer here, you know, on standard elite or regular controller, you'll see it has kind of like a very tiny texture. It is very grippy, like it's nice, but this thing, it totally rocks. Like, look closer here. Come on. Yeah, if you look closer here, it has this really cool tiny Gears of War logo, but also different texture on this analog. It is much bigger than, you know, the normal one, so it's a good thing. But the biggest change, like the biggest difference here in this set, are those higher ones, those higher two ones, because, well, this is the nice one. This is pretty much the same as the smaller one. What is wrong with my camera? I'm so sorry. So if you look closer, you can see that it's a little bit higher. It's not as much, because I can show you for comparison. This is what you get in the standard Elite controller. Those things are so damn huge. I really could never use them. Maybe I have small hands or short fingers, I don't know, but they felt so unnatural. It was kind of like too hardcore for me to use. So I thought, nah, I'm not gonna try it. I tried, by the way, I tried it. It didn't work. But I think this will work much better, at least for me. But again, this is the very same thing, you know, just a little bit higher. Alright, and the last analog is this one. I'm not really sure what it is for. I never used it. Because you get pretty much the same thing in the Elite controller, but it is a little bit higher, as you can see. Much higher. But not as much as this monster. I have no idea whoever thought of this. But anyway, what you can see here is that this kind of like this thing is much bigger. I don't know why, but maybe it's kind of like for better use. I'm not sure. I will never use it anyway, so this doesn't really interest me. But the most interesting thing are the paddles. You know, those are kind of like the centerpiece to me, aside of the D-pad and the analogs. But those are kind of like the upper paddles, normally, how they are intended to be used. Oh, thank you so much for focusing. I don't know what's wrong with my camera, but you can see the difference. Those are the lower ones and the upper ones. You can always switch them, because the shape of it's completely the same. So it's up to you if you want to have, you know, the red ones on the top or the silver ones. It's really up to you. But they are completely the same, kind of like the same mold or whatever they used for it. But the only thing that's different between them is just, you know, the texture, like the sticker on it, the thing they used. I totally prefer those. Kind of like the red always stands out a little bit more on black and metallic than, you know, kind of like the metallic again. But it's just me. But anyway, right now I like to show you how it'll look on the regular Xbox One Elite controller, and you know the difference. Here are the paddles, and so let's just quickly show you this. And yep, this is kind of like the easiest installation of, you know, any kit, because Xbox One Elite controller has those very, very nice magnets. It's just perfect. It just slips into place immediately. And the paddles, you can see that the installation is a joke, really. I mean, it's so easy. It's the right one. Come on. Okay, and that's it. And I think you can immediately spot the difference, how much different this one look like, those paddles look like, and especially this pretty red thing, this D-pad. But also, I like how kind of like subtle difference it makes here, because it isn't really a huge difference. Those are really small red parts, but still, it really makes a huge difference to me. Alright guys, and this is pretty much how this kit looks on the Elite controller from distance. And actually, I think this looks so pretty right now. Really, so much cooler than, you know, when you have been able to see it from up close. Really, this thing is so pretty. Really, I'm sorry, I really like kind of like red or blue details on something. So it just means it's so pretty, really. But anyway, I've tested this kind of like this setup for just a moment, and unfortunately I have to say I really don't like this paddle. Like, the upper paddle is really nice. It's kind of like really cool to use. You don't really kind of like feel any difference from those regular ones, you know, the standard ones. But kind of like the lower one, it feels so unnatural, because I don't know if this is kind of like the standard paddle you have, and it is so much longer. If you can compare those, you see it is so much longer, and because of this your finger can kind of like be resting in a much more natural position, which is kind of like recommended to, right? So normally I have kind of like my fingers like that, and I'll hide it because kind of like my finger is shaking. But anyway, if you look closer here, this is how pretty much how I'm kind of like playing, and my fingers literally kind of like very well rested here on this paddle, and I don't have to fear that it'll slip or something. It's just perfect. This paddle is so perfect. But anyway, this paddle really sucks, because if you look closer, this is kind of like how I normally play, and this paddle is okay. It's pretty much, like I already said, it's the same as the regular paddle, which is perfect. But this paddle, if you look closer, look how short it is. My finger literally rests at the end of it, literally kind of like here at this area. So while playing, I could be pretty much afraid of my finger slipping. And you know, when you're very used to the paddles, it is very bad thing, right? Because you can die if you're playing kind of like a PvP game or something, and it'll make you rage. But yeah, that's why I really don't like it. So this thing is completely a winner. And if it's just for me, I totally recommend all those kind of like accessories. They are very good, but the lower paddles, just, you know, keep those regular ones. They are so much better. And as for those analog sticks, I think, you know, that the regular sticks are really good. They're really good. I have nothing against them, but those are so much better. I mean, they kind of like allow you for much more grip. I mean, personally, I have no problem. My fingers never actually really slipped off the controller, but I know many people, you know, it's normal that your body sweats, that your fingers, that your hands sweat while playing, because, you know, it's emotions and all this stuff. And as far as I know, I have actually read about quite a few people actually having, you know, slipping the fingers from those sticks. So if you ever were actually worried about that, those analogs are so grippy that no more kind of like slipping off. But just about this D-pad thing, you know, those kind of like those details here kind of like being lower, I don't actually feel any difference. Honestly, I really don't feel it. Maybe it's really so tiny one that I don't really feel. But anyway, I think this is just much more kind of like a cosmetic change, you know, that it's just a different color mostly. But maybe if you have this controller, maybe you feel a little bit more difference than I do. But anyway, like I already said, it's a really great component kit, honestly, and I really have to admit it's really cool. And I will be just, you know, playing from now on with this one. I'll just change this one paddle to the standard one, and now it's perfect. Now it's really perfect, guys. But I would only recommend this only if you get this on a deal, like $10, $15, up to $25. More than that, I would not recommend it. You know, it's just you, but I'm just sharing my opinion, and it's just, you know, my review. But anyway, all those parts are really cool, but the price is just way too expensive in the way I see it, at least. But anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this review, and if you did, I would really appreciate if you hit the like button. Of course, comment down below if you have any questions about this component kit or Xbox One Elite controller, anything. Always, you know, write down below, and I'll try to answer it as fast as I can. You know, any comments, I really love your comments, guys. And yeah, if you'd like to see more videos in the future, then please subscribe to my channel, and I guess I'll see you next one. Bye.